Hey everyone, welcome back to the Awkward Money channel. And today I'm diving into a topic that affects millions of Americans, and that topic is unemployment. I want this to be a real talk about the unemployment experience in America. So if you're not quite ready for that, I totally get it. We have some other videos here. Go ahead and check that out. Maybe come back to this one when you feel ready, but just know we're going to delve deep into just some subjects that might go there. Let's start with how political administrations impact employment trends. During the early days of this current administration, a lot of us saw significant policy changes affecting all sorts of workers, from tax reforms to trade policies that reshaped industries across the country. The administration's approach to unemployment benefits, healthcare access for the unemployed, and worker protections created a ripple effect that many Americans are still navigating today. Now let's talk about what I consider the most soul-crushing part of unemployment, the application process. So before I became self-employed, there was a time I had panic attacks and even cried anytime I had to submit my resume. I just felt like anything I put down or any recommendation or referral I managed to get, it just wasn't good enough. And there were times when I even submitted dozens, even hundreds of applications before even getting a call back. This process can be so challenging for neurodivergent folks like myself, or those who haven't job hunted in a while. With ADHD, the job search process presents a unique challenge. The executive function demands of job hunting, organizing applications, following up, scheduling interviews, and maintaining consistency can be overwhelming for anyone with a brain like mine. I experienced time blindness, which makes it difficult to estimate how long applications will take. The constant task switching between different application systems and requirements is exhausting. So I burned through my energy reserves so quickly, you think I was a hamster on a wheel hooked on a caffeine drip. If you're struggling like this, I'm here to tell you, you're not alone. Over the last few months, I have helped my clients use certain tools to help them get in that flow state that all ADHD folks really enjoy. For example, I highly advocate for body doubling, using things like the Pomodoro technique, or creating external accountability systems, like having a friend check in with you, or any way that helps you make this task just more manageable. I mean, even as we speak, I'm listening to music, anything to get you through the task that just seems overwhelming. And yes, recording videos to me is still overwhelming. I'm kind of new to it, but I'm leaning into it. And I'm refusing that little voice that says, don't do it, it's not gonna work. But what a lot of folks don't understand about ADHD and job searching is we have something called rejection sensitivity dysphoria, or RSD for short. It's this intense emotional response to perceived or actual rejection. So when you're job searching and you manage to get that application in, you send that follow-up email, you set that interview on your calendar, you did all the steps, and for some reason that job just decides to go in another direction, that can just lead to so much pain and distress. I know certain clients who can't get out of bed when they hear a job rejected them. This whole process makes a lot of people vulnerable, and every rejection email triggers overwhelming feelings of shame. So I don't blame you for wanting to avoid this whole process in the first place. This isn't a weakness. It's a real psychological response, and many others experience it. They just don't know what it's called. And I try to help my clients develop coping strategies, like limiting when I check those email responses. Maybe if I don't want to start my day with a rejection, I just ignore that. Or celebrate the small wins. If I was able to apply to 1 or 2 jobs that day, and it still wound up with a rejection email, I tried to focus on the 2 jobs I was able to apply that day. And maybe I need to build a support system to help me manage these intense emotions. I'll call up a buddy or someone else who I know is also on the job hunt, and maybe it's just a venting session for that day. And yeah, that's a small win as well. But one of the most toxic aspects of American culture I've noticed is when we've tied productivity to self-worth. So when we're unemployed, there's a sense of profound loss of identity and purpose. The constant question of, what do I do? I have so much free time. Like, everyone else is at work, or for the first time, I'm supposed to have fun or rest or insert whatever because I don't have a job. And trust me, social gatherings sometimes don't make it any easier because you might be faced with the question, how's the job hunt? What do you do for a living? It's anxiety inducing. So that internal pressure to be productive during unemployment has led to a lot of burnout and even prevented folks from recovering from the burnout they got from their previous job. I have to remind my clients so many times their value as a human being isn't determined by their employment status or how much they produce, but that's a tough one to unlearn. This period might actually be an opportunity to redefine your relationship with productivity, so use it wisely. But let's get practical about organizing the job search so you can maintain your sanity. You have to find ways to track your applications, to make sure you're following up, to make sure you actually interviewed. There are times that I caught myself, I'm like, wait, I already applied to this job, or didn't I already interview for this company? You have to have a system to remind yourself what you're doing. Plus, it also helps the ADHD brain to realize like, wait, I actually did a lot. It might not seem much to apply to 1 or 2 jobs or 10 jobs, but the tracking system helps remind the brain, oh yeah, I did stuff. No wonder I'm tired. But I find that applying to 10 jobs a day, yeah, it might be necessary depending on what type of economy you're in. But I found that limiting to 3 to 5 high quality submissions per day is more effective than sending dozens of generic applications. But if you're in that zone where you just need a job, any job, yeah, so be it. Apply to those 10 jobs. But again, track your progress. It helps maintain that sense of control that just seems nowhere to be found in your life right now. And look, layoffs have become increasingly common in today's economy. And I'm no better. Even in the mental health field, I've experienced layoffs, and I had to realize that it wasn't based on my individual performance. Working a nonprofit, one year they have the funding, the next year they don't. So a lot of folks had to get eliminated. Companies, for-profit companies, make these decisions based on financial projections all the time, or what they call we're shifting priorities. But we also have to realize the economical impact of any layoff. There's going to be grief and loss. You might be experiencing some denial or anger, depression. Hell, you might even be wanting to bargain, like sell your soul to have another job. But hopefully with that, you can give yourself permission to actually process these feelings rather than immediately jumping into another job that leads to more panic and burnout. One way I believe we can collectively improve the employment landscape is by demanding greater transparency. This means we talk about salary. And in the state of California, jobs are actually legally mandated to post the salary. Because for so many years, a lot of us did not have clear expectations about what does this job actually pay? How will I be compensated? Just, it'll be good for exposure or it'll be great for your resume no longer flies nowadays. Like, I'm sorry if you've been told or sold this lie that if you work hard, keep your head down, keep your nose clean, you're gonna stay at a job for, I don't know, until your retirement years. It's no longer the case. Companies let go of people all the time, and it's whenever they feel like it or whenever it suits them. So this is why it's important to build your supportive community, talk about money, and do it in a way that's constructive. But I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. What parts of unemployment have been the most challenging for you? And what strategies have helped you navigate this time of your life? And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so hopefully you can get more content on navigating career challenges and financial self-care. Remember, you're not alone on this journey, but if it feels like that, that means capitalism is trying to get the best of you. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.